Hey everyone, welcome to Digital Hoarders episode number 17. I am so glad that you guys have joined us. Sorry we're just getting started, running a little bit behind today, but you know what? We've got a lot of great content in store for everyone today, and just sit back, relax, and let these beauties just take you away because we've got these bearded homeless man. I mean, Brandon over here. We got Alden with us today, and it's going to be a good episode because we're doing the end of the year stuff, basically recapping what's game of the year, what good games, what wasn't so good, and just different things. So, let's get right into it. And go ahead, Brandon, why don't you take it away from here and kick us off today?
All righty. So I guess we'll just start it off with what we've been doing this week before we get into all these lovely awards that we're handing out.
Yeah, we're giving out some serious awards this week.
People are really tuned in. Game developers around the globe are fixated on Digital Hoarders right now.
Jeff Keighley is scared.
He really is. Like, ooh, you got however many million. That's cute. We have like 3 right now. So, suck it, Keighley. Let's get hashtag suck it, Keighley trending.
Let's don't.
So as far as what I've been playing this week is not a whole lot other than PUBG. Like, I think if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see I play a lot of PUBG, and damn it, if I come in second place one more time, I'm gonna explode. I have like 7 second place finishes now. It's really, really irritating. Lots of thirds and fourths. No chicken dinners yet for anybody here except for Doc. Have you gotten a chicken dinner on, like, you played on PC for so long? Did you get any there?
No, the like level of competition on PC was just like balls to the wall crazy. I just like people doing maneuvers that it's like they've lived in this world for real.
This is true. I was talking. I got to talk and spend a little bit of time with Chris today, and we talked a lot about PUBG. He's playing PUBG on PC and Xbox, and he was saying the same thing. There's like you can't. And he says he plays on his PC with an Xbox controller, and he's like, you just get smoked. There's you're not going to survive out there. But Chris Thompson, former guest of the show, and I have been playing the hell out of that. We played until like 4:30 in the morning the other day. Just trying to get, we got one of those second place finishes, and we were determined to get that chicken dinner. It did not happen at all. So, but it's been PUBG. I did jump back into Friday the 13th because I wanted to check out the offline bots, and I wanted to check out the virtual cabin. And if you saw that they just announced that there is going to be a Jason X map, which is fucking awesome, and a new Jason as well. So all this, they're continuously pumping stuff into it, which I love. And I wanted to try the new winter update for Fortnite as well. So I played a little bit of Battle Royale Fortnite.
How was that? I haven't played it yet.
It's cool. I mean, it's still the same. It's just very Christmassy. Like, the bushes have Christmas lights on them, and yeah, I know, right? You can run around as like a gingerbread man now if you buy the costumes and stuff
with real money.
With real monies, loot crates. So yeah, it's been a lot of just those 3 games, which is really weird because they're all online games. Something I came into the year saying I don't ever play online games, and then I played nothing but online games this week.
Yeah, if you guys look back on Digital Hoarders year-end special 2016, it doesn't exist.
I remember me saying I don't like online games and I'll never play them.
Well, we definitely talked last year around this time about video games, and it was like, oh, online games are the worst. Online games suck.
Yeah.
Here we are a year later playing online games nonstop.
Literally nothing but online games. I feel like there has to have been something else I played. I sat down and watched my wife Mary play so much Sims 4. So much Sims. I swear that the theme music to The Sims like lives in my head, and I can't. Like,
how's it go?
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's currently at this exact moment kind of in the back, so I can't hear it. But I know for a fact she'll fire it up tonight, and there it'll be.
I never played Sims 4. I played Sims 2 a lot when
Really?
it came out. I don't think I even played Sims 3.
Did you play Sims Herbs in the City?
No. And but so is the theme music all the same? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Probably
any
the same
different.
shit. They don't
And they still don't
people.
speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just like in real life, mine and Mary's Sims can't stop having kids. So we've got 4 kids running around.
You need to figure out how to get a Sims vasectomy at the same time to get your own.
But so yeah, it's been a lot of way too much PUBG though. Like way too much PUBG.
Yeah.
But like I don't know how much we touched on last week. I think last week I had only played 2 rounds. This is my take on PUBG.
Hot take.
Is it ugly? Yeah, it's really ugly. Is it a lot of fun? Yeah, it's super addictive, and I can't stop playing it. And that's when I play games. That's what I play games is to have fun, even if it's ugly. So.
We've all dated someone where we're like, but it's really fun.
That is PUBG.
Yeah,
PUBG is that girl. But no, like
or guy,
or float your boat. But yeah, no, PUBG. Yeah, ugly. It's not a pretty game. I don't think anybody's going to argue that it's pretty, but it is fun, and like I said, that's all that matters. And what did we watch? What did I watch? What did we watch? What did you and I watch? Watched Better Watch Out. Watch Better Watch Out. A Christmas horror movie, which I really enjoyed. Really hard to explain that movie because it takes a turn that you just don't see coming, and there's really no way to go into that without spoiling that turn. But it's a funny movie and it's a gory movie at one scene, and then it's just a good horror movie. It's got like home invasion elements. Patrick Warburton's in it, so it's got a really good cast. So I enjoyed it. I think people should watch it. Then we watched Love Actually, so completely different.
That's also a horror movie.
Yeah, it really was. It wasn't a bad movie. I'd heard so many great things about it. So I didn't really know a whole lot about it going in, but I knew that people really liked it. It threw me off, though. It was like the first time I've ever watched a serious romance movie with my wife where there's a lot of nudity. It wasn't. I was quite surprised, actually. Pleasantly surprised, but surprised nonetheless. And then last night we watched Leatherface, that Christmas movie.
Very festive.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Lots of red in that movie.
Lots of red. Which was cool. It's a prequel to the entire Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. It kind of changes the direction that everything went. So that's a lot of me talking. Now let's listen to a lot of Alden talking.
Hi guys, is this on? I've been also playing PUBG some, not a whole lot. I'm still playing Nier, the first one on PS3. So that one takes a lot of my time. That's a long game, and it's just kind of a slow-moving game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anywhere near. Oh, that's stupid. That wasn't an intentional pun. It's nowhere near as good as Nier Automata is. I know a lot of people disagree. What's up?
Hey, really, really, really quick. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, exactly this. Apparently, yeah, the chat, our episode is not showing on the channel.
No.
Look, Doc, you give us the reins and we screw everything up.
Yeah, we're bad at this.
Doc, why is it? Yeah, I'm getting text that it's not showing up. Hey, everybody that got here through Doc's tweet. Hello. Hi, babe. Thanks.
2 of you.
So, just so everyone knows, we've actually started a new YouTube channel that is directly specific Digital Hoarders.
That would be
it's no longer attached to my personal account. This is so that it doesn't have to solely rely upon me hosting it all the time, and because I will be traveling. So this allows the episode to still continue within our absence.
Doc's trying to squeak his way out of the...
Pretty much, yeah. He hates us. We're dead to him, and we are trying to survive without Doc. It's not easy.
It's hard. I don't think we're going to be able to do it, Doc.
Fudge. So we should probably figure out a way to let everybody... Because I guarantee everybody's going over to the other one. Yeah. That's happening right now.
Yeah, let me see if I can host it on there while you guys talk. So
okay, cool.
We just went from 3 to 5 viewers, so I think
they're making their way over.
Finding it.
Yes. Words and stuff and words.
So I've been playing Nier, and I've been playing Spelunky. It's no change between this week and last week. Today, I actually beat Spelunky for the first time, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do. It sucks because it's one of those games where it's a roguelike, so you can't just kind of get used to the layout or anything. And I'm good at some roguelikes. I'm good at Binding of Isaac. I'm just not good at Spelunky, I guess, because I've seen a lot of people say, well, I beat it the first day, but then it's cool because you start to collect this, that. It took me 2 weeks to get to the end of the game.
Step your game up, son.
Yeah, I'm just not good at Spelunky. It doesn't, it's kind of a heavy controlling game, like you expect to jump and use your whip on that bat, but it takes so long to work. The old use your whip on a bat.
That whole thing.
Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, people are streaming into the chat, so this is good.
I guess.
We'll see. We'll get it all figured out. If it's a weird week,
yeah.
This is only the biggest episode we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about our favorite games of the year. We're going to break down the different categories. We're going to break down movies and music, things that we've all enjoyed this year. And we're going to pick a favorite, and we're going to send them all millions of dollars.
Obviously. That's how that goes.
And other than that, I've been playing PUBG. I've only played probably 15 rounds, I guess. I think the highest I've gotten is 17th or 16th or something. It sucks because I finished top 5 on the PC all the time. I had never won, but all I wanted to do was figure out how to play it on a controller. So that's when Fortnite came into play, and it was my new favorite because it was like PUBG with a controller. Now PUBG with a controller is finally actually here, and I'm really, really bad at it. So it kind of sucks. But Doc, what have you been playing? If you're able to talk, or are you still trying to figure things out?
No, I'm working on it. We'll figure it out. But I just want to say thank you, everyone, for migrating over. I do apologize. We could have done a clearer job of presenting this on social media to let you know that we were transferring to a new YouTube channel for the future. That being said, what have I been playing? I've actually been studying a lot for my finals and working that angle, but I have been playing a lot of this fantastic game that's called Players Unknown Battlegrounds.
No idea what that is. Sorry.
Yeah, no clue. But PUBG is the shit.
PUBG.
Yeah. So total, as many know, I got that chicken dinner. But yeah, it was good. I literally. Yeah, it was delicious. But I'm telling you, I hopped on. My brother's like, hold on, he was in a different match. I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and just do a solo thing while I wait for you. And I'm just going and going. And he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, top 10 right now. He's like, all right. He's like, I'll leave you alone. And I literally got up off my couch, and I'm literally standing like 3 foot in front of my TV. I'm all like checking out all this stuff, and it gets down to 4-3, and I'm telling you, folks, I swam across the huge ocean gap that there was to the pier, and I just swam up there. I kind of chilled. I waited. I watched the guy from a tower shoot the other guy. I was like, last one. And so I'm crawling up on the beach right against the pier line, and I see the guy up here. He's just moving above me, and I see his white coat hanging over, and I get up, and I shoot him in his ass, and then he runs. And so the circle's like really, really tiny. Then there's only one building, and so I see him run around to the back. And so while he's running on the left side of the building, I run around to the right, and I just sit there, and he has to come in one door. He walks in that door, bam, winner, chicken dinner. I was shaking. I was like, oh, yeah. I was screaming. I was like, my brother's like, what? I was like, I got that chicken dinner. Fuck yeah. I teabagged that thing,
Damn, Doc really enjoyed that chicken dinner.
Fired up.
Oh, man, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. I mean, people, it gets down to that. I've never had a game where it causes me. I literally was shaking so much.
Oh, yeah. Your heart gets racing. It's crazy. I love it.
My shirt was soaked with sweat because I was so nervous. I was like, and I was just numb and just tingly after. It was like the best. I was like,
damn. So PUBG is orgasmic for Doc. My God.
Been a while, huh?
Yeah, it was just awesome. So, that, and then I tried to play some Assassin's Creed Origins, and I'm gonna be up front with y'all. That game is too fucking massive for me to beat in a week. This is gonna take several weeks, so I'm gonna get back
for
to doing
sure.
in January with that. So when I actually have some time to sit down and just attack this, because it is ridiculous. But yeah, De Niro, he is rocking these bad-ass headphones. Look at these big man.
I got, for any of you that aren't watching on Twitter, you got to go. I mean, on Twitter, on YouTube, you got to get on YouTube and check this out.
Just to see Alden's headphones.
I got headphones. I got Mega Man headphones. I actually like retweeted this on to GameSpot, because these are one of those things where you're like, man, those are so cool. I want those. I'm never going to buy that for myself. That's a waste of money. So GameSpot did one of their retweet and win, and then I won it and I get to wear it. So now here are my headphones, courtesy of GameSpot.com. It's our first sponsored ad.
Winner Mega Man.
Gotta get that Mega Man money. So yeah, Diego, I'm wearing my Mega Man headphones, and everybody else, hop on YouTube and check them out.
Exactly. Yeah, those things are badass. I was so excited when you saw it. I was like, no way. And because I know when Brandon had tweeted, he was like, hey, this is right up your alley. And so they're having a complete conversation while I talk, folks. Don't worry if you're watching.
I'm trying to make sure we're all on the same page here. That's all. Hey, we muted it, so we were professional-like.
Yeah.
But yes, it was perfect for Alden, and boom. So I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I didn't expect. I've never won anything in my life. So they
my heart.
they DM'd me and said, "You want our Mega Man retweet? Send us your address." And I swear it took me like 3 minutes before I thought, like, I checked the name. I'm like, is that really the verified GameSpot? This is somebody messing with. This is a spam bot. I'm gonna send them my address, and I'm gonna get postcards in the mail. Like, check out my website. I'm naked.
Anthrax.
But no, I won. It was cool.
What was the website though? For the naked person?
That was BrandonMurphy.com.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder if that's really a website, BrandonMurphy.com.
There's just naked dudes on it.
It's about to be.
It's about to be. That's right.
Doc just registered it. And he's putting up all those pictures that we send each other in
GoDaddy.com. All right.
Got some competition now. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great week for all of us, as you can all see and hear from us. I think it's just really good. Gaming's been really good to us. I think we've just had a lot of fun. I know I'm enthusiastic about the direction of gaming right now. I think it's been a really, really good year for gaming, and there was some not so good spots for gaming, but that's what we're going to get into as we move on here. So let's roll right into, this list, folks. So we've got several categories, and we each have selected one game that fits in it. We're going to be talking about VR, horror, Xbox,
Hoarders.
PS4.
Oh my.
Horrors.
Horror of the year, Doc Cupcake.
PS4, Nintendo, sports. That was Alden's choice, folks. Don't worry. And then we're going to do racing, which this one should be interesting.
Oh, way to throw that on me. I wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah, because now you got to think real quick.
Beach buggy racing.
And then we're going to do the one who had the best sound design. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I got to throw in sound design for me.
All right. And then we're going to do the overall, of course. Then we're going to do a movie and an album. So
Yes.
And
where do you want to start that beautiful list? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. You're still going.
Yep. And I think we should start with the negative and go all the way to the positive. So let's do the one that had that was the most missed opportunity this year.
Okay. So, Alden, go ahead and explain this. This was your
So we're going to talk about missed opportunity, a game that came out in 2017 that we wanted to play, and we expected to play, and we wish we had played, but we never played because we are digital hoarders, and we buy 3,000 games, and I don't know if you guys know, but there's not enough time in 1 year for 3,000 games.
No. I just bought 10 more on the PSN sale. No bullshit. Literally 10 more games on the holiday sale.
I'm whittling down my list. But so speaking of the PSN sale, real quick aside, they posted the sale last week, and it was like 300 games or something. 200, 300 games were on sale for holiday sale week 1. Week 2, they didn't take down the stuff from week 1 and just added another 300-ish games. There's 600 games on sale on PSN. I can't even figure out what's on sale and what I want and what I don't because it's too much stuff. I added like enough games to my cart that it said you can't add any more games to your cart. Because what I'll do is I'll add a bunch of games to my cart and whittle it down from there, where I'm like, nah, that's an extra $12. I'm gonna delete that one, and I don't want that one so much as I want this one, so I'll delete. Well,
so you bought Bubsy.
Bubsy, of course.
It is on there.
Is it on sale?
For $14.99.
I'm not gonna get it.
The physical copy is already down to $10. If that doesn't scream how great that game's done.
Yeah.
Which one?
Bubsy. Woolly Strike again. Yeah, it's already down to $10. So, woof.
Ouch. That's
the only person I know that bought it was the PlayStation Bra. He bought the collector's edition. He says it's for his wife.
But sure
yeah,
thing, Bra. Podcast Wars.
So Alden, what would be your missed opportunity game of the year?
My missed opportunity, and I think it's not easy. I wanted to play Neo real bad. I never got to it. I just don't think I have the time for that one, because you have to take so much time to learn the system and the combat. I think my biggest missed opportunity is Yakuza 0.
Yes.
I want to play that one really bad, but that's another one too. I know how long that game is, and I want to get through the whole thing, and I don't know when I'm going to have time to sink in 120 hours or however long that one is to really to get the whole thing. I know I could just get in and play 10, 15 hours here and there. I know a lot of people did that, and they're like, I got my fill. But I always feel disappointed if I don't actually beat the game I'm playing. So Yakuza 0 is my biggest missed opportunity.
Okay.
Brennan?
All right. So for me, I kind of want to put Nier on the list simply because everybody loves it and Alden raves about it so much. But honorable mentions for me, and oddly enough, they're both DLCs, but they are DLCs that I'm surprised I didn't play, would be the Horizon Zero Dawn. Again, it came out at a weird time, and the Dishonored 2 DLC, which if you fast forward back to like our very first episode, these were my most hyped games of the year.
Yeah.
And my winner of missed opportunity was also my number one hype game of the year is Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
There's zero reason why I haven't played Lost Legacy. Uncharted's probably my favorite franchise. My wife and I fly through all the games. It came out at a time that I was gone for work. So by the time I got back for work, everything with our son happened. It just got very chaotic, and it just continuously got pushed back. So I think the Uncharted Lost Legacy has to be my number one missed opportunity of the year. It's definitely going to happen. It has to happen. But currently,
you're going to get fired.
Currently, yeah, seriously. Currently, that's my missed opportunity of the year. Also in the chat, as we say these, I want to hear what your guys are as well. Everybody's smart-assedly saying Scalebound, and then Shadows of War. But Doc, what is your missed opportunity game of the year?
So this game, I only got to play it for a little bit. I mean, if you look at my PlayStation account, you'll see I got less than 2 hours into this game. I literally played the first tutorial, got outside the city. It has this game that has these giant robots with a red-haired girl.
Oh, you mean Alden's future cartoon wife? Yeah,
yeah, my cartoon wife.
Exactly. So I'd say Horizon Zero Dawn because I mean you've seen how many times I've picked it up. I'll play it for like 2 minutes and put it down. I don't have the time to sink into it. I mean, It's a beautiful game, but you see everything. We've had so much come out that I hop onto, and then getting Ark, hasn't really helped me a whole lot.
Yeah, seriously.
So,
Ark and PUBG.
That's got to be your most played game of the year. If that was a category, it has to be Ark.
Yeah, so
Arkaholic.
Definitely I would put that as Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
It's a beautiful game. Had fun, great mechanics like I've told you. I am shitty with traps and everything else, and I just need to play it more to understand.
Yeah. It's got a little learning curve to it, but you'll pick it up. Real quick in the chat, the beautiful PlayStation Bra just jumped in. Bra, correct me if I'm wrong. We were just talking about how Bubsy is already $9.99. Did you or did you not buy the collector's edition for your wife? I know you tweeted out that she wanted it. So we want to find out if you were the only one in the world to buy it. While we wait for his response, Doc, what is our next category we're going over to?
Since we did the most missed, let's do what was our digital hoarded game that we actually caught up on.
Okay. So Alden, what is the game that sat as a former Digital Hoarded game that you actually got to play this year?
So yeah, again, just like the last topic, we hoard a lot of games. I didn't get back to a lot of games this year. There were so many new games this year that were like must-play games that it kind of hampered my backlog playing. So I didn't play enough. I really you would think that by the end of the year my backlog would be smaller, but it's not. It's a lot bigger than it was last year because I'm a digital hoarder. I guess my favorite digitally hoarded game, it's a toss-up. Wolfenstein 1, it was unbelievable, and I didn't play it until this year. But Wolfenstein 2 was so amazing, and it did come out this year, that I'm going to say my favorite digitally hoarded game was Lollipop Chainsaw. It was just so fun. And it was one of those that I just didn't play for so long because the reviews were like mediocre. But when it came down to it, it's just a dumb, fun game that I love to play. I said it before, but it just reminded me so much of Deadpool, which was another one that reviewed kind of poorly, but I had so much fun playing that
Deadpool's
I regretted paying any attention to the stupid reviews.
Yeah.
Let's mix it up. Doc, what is your digitally hoarded game of the year?
So this one comes back from the actual launch time period, roughly around, I forget, I think it was 2013 when it first launched, but Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. So actually pulled that one out. I beat that one in an afternoon, thankfully in part to Maka's Guides. Plug. Yeah, there you go. That one, I liked it. I think it was a great adventure. So, yeah.
Okay. For me, and again, I should be losing my job. It was a game that, the reviews on it were more poor than anything. But when you talk to real diehard fans, they absolutely loved it. For me, I finally got around to the Order 1886 this year because I was sitting there with this little lull waiting for something to play. And apparently the platinum wasn't so hard to get. So I was like, all right, I'm going to dive into this. Really, really, really enjoyed that game. Very confused as to the all the negative backlash that game received. I think it's strictly because of its length. Everybody just bitched about its length. And there's a lot of QTs in it, yada, yada, yada. As I talked about a couple episodes ago, it's very much like Rise is. It's a short, beautiful, QTE-filled game. But I really enjoyed the Order 1886. So it might have taken me 2 years to get to it, but I enjoyed it. So, yeah. So, yes, Diego, I still like working for PlayStation, all right? I know I play a lot of PUBG, but I still like this job.
Yeah, he's a PUBG guy now, so Xbox is looking to scout him, I think.
And once it comes to PlayStation, I guess I'll be back playing PUBG there. So
if and when.
It's got to come, I hope. So that would be my game I'm glad I finally crossed off the list. Doc, what do we got next, buddy?
Doc? Doctor.
We are docless.
What is going on?
Are we still live? Hello, everybody.
We are still live.
We are still live because
Doc is not live.
We don't have Doc.
I hope Doc is live.
I hope he's alive, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Chad. How's everybody doing today?
So tell me about your digitally hoarded game of the year, Chad. This is going to be a terrible episode.
This is really. I apologize to everybody in their car right now listening to this. Yeah.
Let's bring up another category.
Okay, we'll hope Doc comes back and he can play catch up. Alden, favorite sports game of the year.
Favorite sports game of the year. This was my category as Doc threw me under the bus. I wanted to talk about this mostly because this game didn't come up in the Game Awards under sports game of the year. Also, text Doc and make sure he's okay.
So Doc's dead.
Sports game of the year. Madden didn't show up, Diego. That's true. But we got a person behind us. We got a
my daughter's on the show.
Doc
everybody,
is gone, but Savannah's poking her head in. Say hi, Savannah. Just yell hi.
Doc, welcome back. You've been replaced by Savannah. Savannah, say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Savannah, what's your game of the year?
What's your favorite video game, Savannah?
I don't know.
What is your favorite video game to play?
I don't know.
Good radio.
All right, good
All
podcast.
Right, good talk.
She dropped off the podcast too. All right, so my sports game of the year, Doc is here now, right? And no words are coming out of your mouth.
I'm sorry, I'm here. I am just having a rough.
Welcome to Digital Hoarders.
My sports game of the year, though, was not Madden, but they didn't even give it a nomination, was MLB The Show. I think just because that game is so consistent year in and year out, it just gets a little bit better every single year. I'm also a huge baseball fan, but then we've got friends like Chris Thompson, who's not a baseball fan at all, but loves MLB The Show because it's just a fun game.
Yeah.
So MLB The Show 17 is my sports game of the year. Brandon, how about you?
It's Madden, because Madden is the game that I can't stop playing. Now I've been able to, but when Madden comes out, it's that thing where I go, all right, I got an hour until I probably want to, go to bed. Everybody else is in bed. You know what? An hour, I can get one game of Madden in. That's perfect. So for me, it's Madden with MLB a very, very, very close second.
Okay.
Hey, we just got confirmation. So Madden with MLB a close second. Doc, what is your favorite sports game of the year?
It's going to be MLB because it is the reason that I actually own a PlayStation. As many of you know, that is the biggest reason that I buy PlayStation is for MLB. So, yep, definitely MLB.
You are a big fan. I know you put a lot of time in MLB. I remember when we first started talking, that was your most played game of that year. So
on the PlayStation thing, it says that I have close to 300 hours or something just in MLB or whatever.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I've gone through close to 11 years worth of seasons played. So, yeah.
How do you have time to do things?
I literally will play 8 or 9 games a day, and then on the weekends I can knock out 40 games a day through the season because they're the simulated. I just keep going and going and going. So.
Okay.
And I don't remember if I brought this up on the show. I know I've talked to Brandon about it. I forget because I definitely got a PS3 because I didn't get a PS3 when it first came out. I was really upset with the whole direction that they took, the marketing, the way that they laughed about people needing to get a second job to buy their console. So I didn't get one for a while. What finally drew me in, and I thought it was Uncharted. I definitely wanted Uncharted and an Infamous, but what made me buy a PS3 was MLB The Show.
Mm-hmm.
So
PS4 as well, because I remember when we talked, you were like, you got it right as MLB was coming out.
Yeah,
I can't miss another year.
I was gonna get a PS4 for PSVR anyway, but I wanted to get it in time to play the show.
Yeah.
So it's such a good baseball game. There's Doc's and there's damn Doc World Series trophy again.
You know what? The Orioles have pictures of those two, okay?
Yeah.
The Nationals have seen one in a newspaper.
Heard about it before.
Hey, man, we took away the curse.
That's true. Congrats on that.
So now that we're talking about sports games, PlayStation Bra is asking in the chat how Chris Thompson's doing.
So oddly perfect. It's like we planted him in there to do that.
Yeah.
I did actually. I went back to work recently, but I was in Chris's area, so I was able to catch up with Chris today. He's doing great. He is having the cast removed tomorrow. He starts rehab on Tuesday, so he's looking forward to it. And perfect time to plug this. We're taking a week off next week so everybody can enjoy their holidays. January 3rd. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Early Merry Christmas. January 3rd, we are dockless. Well, he will be on a very much needed vacation. But to take Doc's place, former guest Chris Thompson will be on the show. So it'll be Alden, me, and Chris Thompson on the show January 3rd. So we can discuss New Year's and we can probably talk about our game of the years all over again. But so that'll be perfect. So we can catch up with Chris on January 3rd. So make sure everybody catches that. It'll be a fun time. Chris was a great guest the last time we had him on. His stories were amazing. He's got another really empowering story to tell everybody. So
yeah,
January 3rd, we will miss that beautiful face of Doc's, but we will replace it with Chris's. So it's a pretty good replacement.
Yeah, the amount of money being made per year will go up drastically on that episode.
So yeah. So good, perfect. Thank you, bro. You set me up perfectly there.
Yeah, that was really good.
So thank you, buddy. But yes, Chris is doing well. And I actually got his nominees today for his Game of the Year, Album of the Year, and Movie of the Year. So when we get to that, I can let you guys know what Chris picked. But yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting episode in a few weeks.
Yep. Can't wait. Except for the fact that Doc is leaving us.
Again, bi-weekly, we have no Doc. It's right on schedule. So
I'm sorry, folks. I'll be out of reception area.
It's so tough being so loved, Doc, isn't it?
yeah, I know, right?
All right. Well, talking about alternate realities and spaces and whatever. Let's slide into virtual reality.
That was really close to being a smooth one. That was nice. My VR game of the year is Resident Evil 7 because it did. I love, as I've said 1,000 times, everything the horror genre has to offer. Being able to put myself in those shoes for Resident Evil 7 was just perfection. So that is my VR game of the year.
There's so many cool VR games that I want to give it to a game that's just a straight VR game, but Resident Evil 7 has to win, right? I mean,
obviously for me.
Yeah, it's a full experience. Skyrim VR might make it there eventually, but so what happened is, I haven't talked about it on the show. I got Skyrim VR. Lovely Santa Claus that is leaving our show next week to go on a cruise got me Skyrim VR for Christmas, and I played it. And I haven't really played anything that took walking around for a while, and I just immediately got super motion sick. And it's funny because I didn't really get motion sick playing anything else. When I first got the VR, I was playing constantly. I played Rigs, which a lot of people said they had problems with. I didn't get motion sick at all. There was a little bit of like uneasy feeling the first couple days I played it. But Skyrim VR, day one, I took like all of the comfort settings off because I'm like, I'm a VR vet. I can handle this. It's not a problem at all. Let me just make it to where you like move around, twist and whatever. And I got so sick and it sucked. I need to play it more. So once I get more used to it, I'm sure it's going to be up there, but that's a long way to say.
He'll play it in 2019 because it'll be digitally hoarded.
Resident Evil 7's my VR game of the year. Doc, how about you?
So mine is not on the PlayStation platform. It's on the Oculus platform. It's Robo Recall. So I actually really enjoyed Robo Recall. Totally lots of fun, just fast paced. I just enjoyed it. I felt like it was complete shooter experience. So it was pretty cool. Developed specifically for Oculus.
Yeah, I've heard very good things about that game. So
yeah.
I would like to put a little honorable mention asterisk on mine and the Moss demo. The Moss demo,
even though it's a demo, it's still
it was a demo. Brilliant. It was 20 minutes, and it really kind of like it just transported me to another place where you're like, this little mouse is my friend now. I have a new friend, and it's a mouse. And that's one of my most anticipated games of next year is Moss.
Who animated Moss?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck. That didn't work. Shit. We didn't work on that one beforehand. The correct answer is Digital Hoarders guest from episode 2, Richard Lico. I'm going to plug the shit out of the show. It's the year end. We got to let people know what they missed.
Yeah, go back and listen to that one. But more importantly, we need to have him on again.
When our audio doesn't suck, dude.
When our audio is much better. And have him on to talk about the new upcoming release date of Moss.
Yes. All right.
Okay, speaking of Moss, let's slide right into horror. We haven't done horror.
Did that work? Did that work?
You can't say slide right into horror.
This time, since it's always going around that one, mine, of course, is what your guys' VR was. Mine is Resident Evil. So
yeah,
I don't think I played any other horror games that came out this year, but Resident Evil 7 is great. I only got about an hour in, but you can tell, like, just from that 1 hour how awesome it is. Yeah. I need to get back to it. I think I've said that now for 17 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I guess, like, Hellblade doesn't count as a horror game. Hellblade, I wish I could put Hellblade somewhere on the list. What a crazy year it's been.
Just put Hellblade as your horror game. I mean,
whatever.
It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah, exactly. So I could 100% see that.
Yeah,
Hellblade Hellblade got my heart racing way more than Resident Evil did, and that's nothing against Resident Evil. But Hellblade just got me mentally in a way. Like my fiance Tanya loved watching that game, but I played with headphones on, so she couldn't get like much of an experience of it at all. But she won't play it because she just knows it's going to give her a panic attack. Yeah. It's so good. I'm so glad that it picked up so many awards. I wish Horizon had picked up a few, but you know what? You win some, you lose some. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Speaking of winning some and losing some, let's see PS4's game of the year for you guys.
Doc,
we're jumping into that. All right.
I just gotta say, your transitions today.
This is flawless.
It's like watching a master.
I kind of thought when you went with winning some, we were going to slip into the racing game of the year. But you go for the big dog. So we're talking. You know what? We're talking winning. We must be talking PlayStation. There we go. There's how we say it.
He gets paid to say stuff like that.
I love my job.
I don't get paid to say anything like that.
So Doc, what's your PS4 game of the year?
So it is.
Doc's gonna drop off the call again.
I gotta go. No, just like MLB is my PlayStation 4 game of the year. So that is my game of the year for PlayStation 4. Really enjoyed it. To be honest, there was a close second between that and Crash. So
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Savannah says hi. Alden, what's your PlayStation game of the year?
My PlayStation game of the year. I'm going to do this in a really weird way. First off, I'm going to do it with a 5-year-old. Savannah, you're 5, right?
I'm 6.
I'm going to do it with a 6-year-old. I'm 6, weirdo, she said. I'm not going to name my actual game of the year, which is a PlayStation 4 game. I'm going to say Nier Automata is my PS4 game of the year just because I want to put it somewhere on my list, and I don't know where else I'm going to put it. It's my game of the year is my favorite game of all time. Nier Automata, which also came out this year, is a close second to my favorite game of all time. Since I finished that game in like April or May, I haven't gone a week without just thinking about that game. I listen to the soundtrack all the time. It's such a cool story that you kind of think about like life and I don't know, just what's important and what's not. It's a really cool game. So I'm going to say Nier Automata is my PlayStation game of the year, but that's cheating.
Because it's not what his game of the year is.
My game of the year is going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. But
spoiler alert.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. This should come as no surprise. It's Horizon Zero Dawn for me. So when that game was announced, I looked at it and I'm like, that looks really cool. But I immediately thought this is going to be, I'm not a big open world RPG kind of guy. I thought this was going to be the Witcher style or a Dragon Age or something like that. So when I heard that the game was more, 50 to 60 hours, I was like, I can take that on. Mm-hmm. And for me to sit down, platinum a game like that still even takes 60 hours, that's saying something to that game for it to keep calling me back, because usually by the time, Horizon came out, it was a month. No, not even 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, and MLB was out. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to stop playing it as soon as MLB comes out. That didn't happen. The MLB got put on the back burner because I couldn't stop playing Horizon. So for me, my PlayStation game of the year, surprise, surprise, is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, I bet Horizon Zero Dawn came in a box, right?
It did. Oh, geez,
Doc, you got a good transition for that? Horizon Zero Dawn came in a box.
And
he's going to be like, what's your racing game?
Well, let's lead right into a box. How about Xbox? The one box. That's gonna.
There you go.
Yeah. So I will let Brandon start on for his Xbox.
Hey, surprise. Anybody that knows me, I played more games on Xbox. It's kind of sad. If you saw, they did that really cool thing. They did the year in review.
Yeah.
Mine was so sad. It was like 111 gamer score points. It only went up to October. So the only thing I had played in October or up until October was Friday the 13th because I have it on both platforms. So my year in review is incredibly sad. But my Xbox Game of the Year, I have to give it to PUBG because I can't stop thinking about PUBG and wanting to play PUBG. As I've said, PUBG a lot of times in one sentence. It's PUBG. PUBG is my winner for Xbox. It's PUBG.
You've said it so many times that it's starting to feel weird in my head.
What, PUBG?
Yeah.
PUBG is the game that I'm picking for Xbox.
Is that really the name? I don't
PUBG.
even remember anymore.
It's PUBG, yeah.
Me?
Yeah, is it PUBG?
My Xbox Game of the Year is not PUBG. PUBG. My Xbox Game of the Year, and I had to think about this pretty hard because PUBG is an experience, but I got a lot of what you're going through right now. I got that on the PC earlier this year.
PUBG.
Jeez. It hurts my head now.
Sorry, PUBG.
Cuphead. Cuphead's my Xbox Game of the Year. I love it, and that's if you've noticed my Mega Man headphones. I grew up on that kind of side-scrolling shooter, hard, tough game that you have to kind of learn the patterns to get the hang of, and then once you learn the patterns, it's a pretty easy game.
Unlike PUBG. PUBG is a game where you really got to play a lot and try to get that chicken dinner in PUBG.
I'm just gonna let him keep going.
PUBG. I'm a tucker myself.
I bet PUBG came in a box.
PUBG.
Actually, it was a code in a box.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Cuphead is an amazing game. It's a really cool experience. The artwork is fantastic. They spent a lot of time on that game and put in a lot of care, and the music is awesome. I'm big on music in games and sound design. And Cuphead is really cool. PUBG's close because it is a really great game too, but Cuphead is fantastic, and they just hit 2 million in sales. That is awesome.
That is
They're a small
fantastic.
team. Those two weird-looking brothers. You got the one like super good-looking brother, and then the one that looks like Brandon.
So the Brandon and Alden of game design.
Oh yeah, except we're not brothers.
One looks homeless. Does he? I don't even know what they look like. I don't look at game developers.
He looks. He's got.
Weird thing that you're.
You didn't watch the Game Awards? They were all over that shit. Just with winning awards left and right.
The Game Awards just went on for too long.
I think they won best sports game.
They went on for
It wasn't even an award show. It was a QVC infomercial. What are you talking about?
They won best game that's not called PUBG.
Oh, God, man. Doc, Mr. Xbox, what was your favorite Xbox game of the year?
So, as many people know, I like Xbox games. I mean, I've got a crap ton of them. Main platform, but out of playing all of them, it was such a hard choice. But it comes down to winner, chicken.
What is that? Is that PUBG? That's PUBG.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
PUBG. Because, that console exclusivity pays off sometimes, and it really paid off for them this holiday. I think, one of the two bright spots of this year for them. So it ended
PUBG and Disneyland.
Heck no. I was thinking, I mean, mine was between PUBG and Super Lucky Tales, but but all good games. But PUBG's just, I mean, come on, the damn thing's so addicting. That's
really is.
all I can think of. I mean, you check our chat, so that's all we're ever,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at this, oh, look at that. So yeah, definitely PUBG.
Yeah, I'll be talking about like, man, I'm having a rough day. I got to try to fix this printer. I got a migraine. This is killing me. I'm having a rough time. And then doctor sends screenshots of PUBG.
Yeah.
Like, well, nice to talk to you too.
Third. Sorry, I was close.
Sorry about your migraine. I just got third in PUBG.
You think you have problems? I'm in second again. Come on.
Diego, you're right. PUBG really does get my heart racing.
Yeah, PUBG does indeed.
It gets a lot of the blood flowing. But yeah,
racing.
Whoa,
oh, God! Since we're talking about racing, before we get to the other video, let's see what's your racer of the year.
Doc, that was your category, so we'll let you have the racing
game
of the year. Gee, I can't imagine where this one's going. PUBG, right?
Oh my God, I don't know.
PUBG's in the dune buggies, right? Yeah.
Heck yeah, man, that's like where it's at. No, I have to say, yeah, of course, it's going to be Forza 7. Loved what the team was able to do. I mean, shit, it's ridiculous. That team's just so talented. So, they keep getting better and better every year with their iterations. Every 2 years. Sorry. But yeah, I will say I liked it. I was happy how they handled the credit fiasco, and the hate train moved on. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely good.
Since we know what Brandon's going to pick because he has to.
PUBG.
PUBG. I think probably GT Sport. Full disclosure, I didn't play much. I don't play a lot of racing games. I enjoy them. I think they're fun. I really am more of an arcade racer. Dear God, where's Burnout?
Well, you saw the rumor.
Yeah. Paradise. I want Burnout Revenge.
I just want I'll just be happy with a Burnout game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I want Revenge as well.
But there hasn't
Atreyu was on the side.
there hasn't really been a great arcade racer in a while. I mean, Trackmania Turbo came out this year, and it's not fun. There's that other one, like the table racing, whatever.
There's that Mantis game that people seem to like, but like it was one of the first games to get Pro Enhance and X, and then they got an X enhancement. I'm like, it's like Mantis World Racing or something. I don't know. I've never played it. Maybe somebody in the chat did, but my racing game of the year is Coffin Dodgers. No. I did play Coffin Dodgers. I wanted that plat, but no, GT Sport. Surprise. I just like Alden, though. I don't play a whole lot of racers. I do prefer arcade racers, and like those. And I like. So this will sound like I'm joking, but I'm really not. A game that I had a lot of fun with this year is Cars 3. Like, I know that sounds like I'm joking, but that game's legit. It's a fun Mario Kart-esque game. There's like a campaign to it and everything, but I actually enjoyed it. Not quite on the level of GT Sport, but it was actually a lot of fun. But I would give the edge to GT Sport. And the only reason I won't say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is because it's Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
If this was the year it came out on the Wii U, yeah, that would have probably been mine. It's just that. And Daniel said Wipeout. I love Wipeout, but I forgot. Apparently, I'm super shitty at that game. I was really bad. So I was so frustrated. I didn't play it a whole lot because I was not doing good. So
I like it, but it's the same game. So it doesn't really register with me as like a game of the year kind of thing. It's fun, but it still just kind of feels like I'm playing Wipeout again.
Badly.
It's really cool. I'm playing it again though.
Speaking of frustration, yeah, so let's slide back into the last company. I'm frustrated with Nintendo. So you all know how my frustration with them. So let's go ahead and start with Alden. What is your game of the year for Nintendo?
I'm not gonna have a great answer because I haven't played a whole bunch of Switch. I played Zelda, and I've talked about my frustrations with Zelda. It's a really cool game. I liked it a lot. I just have some issues with it. I haven't played much of Mario Odyssey, but the 20 minutes that I played, I really loved it. And I'm not a big Mario 3D kind of guy, but it made me want to go back and play a bunch more. So I think I'm going to say Mario Odyssey with Zelda a close second.
Okay.
Brandon, you just got a Switch.
And my frustration-free answer is Mario Odyssey. The game is super fun. I'm only a few worlds into it, but I love it. It's a beautiful game. It's lots of fun. It's super quirky. I can kind of rescind what I had said on the Game Awards show where Mario was up for the score, and I was like, it's Mario. I take that back. The soundtrack is really good on that.
Really?
There is different. It's much different in every level, and I really do like the score of this game. And a second place for me, and I said it last episode, and I got made fun of, is Snipper Clips because that game's awesome. It's super fun. So, and I haven't played Breath of the Wild yet. You guys, we wanted to talk about Game of the Years, and you guys had both played Breath of the Wild, so I figured let me try Odyssey. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, I would say Odyssey and Snipper Clips.
Okay.
Yeah, Snipper Clips. What about you, Doctor?
Mine is Zelda. It's was probably one of the most complete and most epic games I've ever played. That actually redefined video games, where most developers are traditionally taught and implement no. Nintendo said, sure, why not? So it was this whole new level of freedom within a Zelda that I've never kind of experienced. So I just really enjoyed it.
Speaking of Nintendo for the year, like big props to Nintendo because I think you would have found a lot more people who thought the Switch was going to fall flat on its face than you would find people who thought it would succeed, especially to the level it has. So it's so awesome to see them succeeding because I'm a PlayStation fan, obviously. Doc is an Xbox fan, obviously. But when all three companies are kicking ass the way all three companies are right now, that's just better for the industry. Like it makes everybody push themselves harder. So I'm so happy to see Nintendo back and relevant in gaming again. I love it.
Yeah.
So
Yep, most definitely, because I felt burned by the Wii U. And
Yeah.
so this is great to see the support there. I'm still frustrated with the way they do classic consoles, but that's
By the way, did you see? So they released the Mario Odyssey cereal. Target had it. Yeah, Target had it in stock for less than a week before it was just gone. How Nintendo is that?
Well, I can say this as somebody who has to go into Target a lot to make sure that they have their shit right with PlayStation. They are really bad at something can be out for a week and it moves off of like one fixture and they're like, nope, it's out of stock, and they'll just discontinue it. They're really bad at it. But that one was a bit ridiculous. Like you said, I don't think it even took a week. Do we have another?
We did for a second.
So yeah.
Well, I don't know. Did we skip over anything? Sorry,
RPG.
Okay, RPG. So yeah, you guys take it away with your RPG.
So everybody knows I'm not a big RPG guy. So I think we all know what I'm going to pick. It's South Park. The Stick of Truth was the first time I gave a shit about an RPG 3 years ago, whenever it came out.
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was right before the PS4. It was maybe 2013. So when that came out, so when Fractured Butthole came out, I was so excited and absolutely loved it. So for me, it's South Park because I don't play a lot of RPGs. So I'll be back. Alden.
My RPG of the year, it's tough. I don't know if my RPG of the year would be South Park or Persona 5. Persona 5 is amazing, and I'm a huge Persona 4 fan. Persona 4 brought me back into the world of JRPGs where I wanted to experience those again. Persona 5 was amazing for about 50 hours. I remember being 30 or 40 hours in, texting these guys saying, this is going to be my favorite game ever. And then it just kind of starts to die off. Like in chat, PlayStation Brawl was very slowly spelling out persona, I think, but just stopped at person.
Yeah.
So
person, YouTube timed me out.
RPG of the year, person, just trying to stay alive. Staying Alive in 2017 probably was the toughest RPG.
That's a survival horror.
But I think I'm going to go with South Park. It was a lot more fun all the way through. Persona 5 was amazing for half of it. And then the other half was good, but it wasn't good enough for me. I think my hopes were just so high that it just kind of started to die off, where I felt like, okay, you just keep pushing me over here to do this thing now, and now I'm over here, I have to do this thing. I just want to find out what's going on with the story, but it seemed like they wanted to make it as long as possible instead of following the story as long as it needed to go. You know, it seemed like it was needlessly 120 hours instead of a story that had to be told in 120 hours. Like Persona 4, it felt like that story needed to go as long as it went, about 90-ish hours. Persona 5 didn't need to go as long as it did. So I'm going to say South Park's Fractured But Whole.
All right. Well, mine is a remaster. So, oh yeah, like that.
Ooh.
It came out like June, something like that. Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't get any better than that. That is just classic greatness. Just love it. It holds a special spot in my heart. So definitely love that game. So, yeah.
All right.
And talking about holding a special spot in your heart.
God, where's this going?
That's right. folks. Anyway, we're going to the sound. That was
That sound design holds a very special place in my heart.
Yeah.
As we've talked about on this show, after we talked about what we were thankful for, and Brandon was like, full disclosure, and did we bring this up on this show? I don't think so. We talked about it before the show. We're going to talk about what we're most thankful for this year, and I was like, we could make it something fun, so it's like a thing we can all play off each other. So we can all just kind of have lighthearted, fun things that we're thankful for, things that you wouldn't normally hear on another show or see on a movie. And
on an awful Netflix
Brandon
Christmas movie that Doc watches way too much.
So Brandon goes first, and it's just like, I'm just so thankful for all of you and for everyone that I get to live my life with, and everything is so
I know,
beautiful.
Fuck me, right? Like,
and I'm just like, sound design. So Brandon, what's your favorite sound design in a game this year?
The sound that I hear from you and Doc talking. Resident Evil 7. Again, back to that, because it did such a good job of, you're already in that space, but if the sound design isn't top notch, it's not going to do what you want it to. Like, you want to hear when you're walking around the Baker Mansion, like you want to hear the footsteps above you or to the side of you. You want to hear her scurrying up those basement stairs when you start to go down. Like, the sound design just added another level of fear to that game. So RE7 yet again.
Doc, how about you?
Mine's pretty easy. It's The Legend of Zelda. I think it had an amazing score. It had amazing sound design just from everything that it did, you know, from the climbing to the walking to the hunting, from the frying to the little rupee sounds, and just everything added to the whole world for me. So made it very immersive. So definitely enjoyed that. So
yeah, Zelda was real good. Resident Evil was real good. Sound is so important to me. I'm a musician. I listen to music all the time. I listen to the video game music all the time. So I don't know if soundtrack should take precedence. If soundtrack were to take precedence, Nier Automata is my favorite soundtrack of all time. The music is just so good. They just released today the unreleased tracks and remastered, or not remastered, but repurposed, whatever it's called, songs from the soundtrack, and I got that. But Hellblade's sound was so cool, and like I said, without having headphones on and playing it like that, it's not the same experience. So having it where you hear her talking in your head, and it's just like at the perfect times. And Horizon Zero Dawn's sound is amazing. Like, it just makes you feel like you're there with headphones on. It's just beautiful. I mean, you can hear rustling trees and everything. When you walk in the snow, I mean, hearing the robot dinosaurs from miles away. But I think just Hellblade did something so cool and so special that I think that wins out, with Nier Automata a very, very close second.
All right.
Now we're transitioning. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna give you a transition, but go ahead.
Okay,
I want to see where you're going.
I was like,
oh fuck, we're gonna keep interrupting each other.
Yeah, what are you guys doing right now? I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
I'm sorry. Speaking of things that we really enjoyed listening to this year, Alden, what's your album of the year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, that was a fucking segue.
There were a lot of really good albums this year. I'm getting old, so it's very old. So you get to that point where you're like, the new music these days just isn't what it used to be. I admittedly, and I said something on Twitter the other day about the new Eminem album being kind of disappointing. There's some really amazing songs on it, but there's a lot of filler on it, I felt like, too. I haven't listened to enough new hip hop this year, and I love hip hop. It just hasn't been that kind of year for me. I think the new J. Cole album came out this year, and he's one of my favorite rappers, and the new album was not good. So my two favorite albums were Fozzie's Judas album that came out this summer. But my favorite album, and I don't talk about them enough because there's a lot of creepiness going on with the lead singer. Brand new science fiction album came out this year, surprise release, and it's just an unbelievable album. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. It's so perfect. The lyrics, the music, it's everything I wanted in an album, and it's very close to my heart. Brendan, how about you? Favorite album of the year?
So we should totally give a plug to Chris Bain's album that came out this year. Chris did our intro music, which is just fantastic. He put out his first album, solo album. He's done a lot of stuff with bands, but his first solo album, and it was called Tofu Mako Toro, which is all run together. Look him up on Spotify. He does video game music, and I said this exact thing, and Alden will probably say the exact same thing back, but I'm biased because he's a very good friend of mine, but his music is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like rock and video gamey and Castlevania-y.
It's brilliant.
All at the same time. It's really, really good.
Yeah, positively brilliant. But I would have to say that my favorite album of the year was Dead Reflection by Silverstein. They're a band that's been around for a while, quite a while, but they've never really changed, which is what I like. I absolutely love that band, and Dead Reflection was a fantastic CD. So I think they would have to get my album of the year votes. And it was this year, I believe, did Avenged Sevenfold stealth release.
It was
at the very end of last year, wasn't it? Okay. Because I thoroughly enjoyed that CD. You said brand new with their stealth release, so it made me think of them. But my album of the year would be Dead Reflection by Silverstein.
Bra brought up.
Oh no, it did come out this year. So The Stage by Avenged Sevenfold, I think came out really early in the year, like really, really early. So that's another honorable mention there. So
Bra pointed out Foo Fighters, Concrete and Gold. That's another honorable mention for me. That was a really good album, but I didn't feel like it was good start to finish. I feel like there's a few songs in there that I skip when I listen to it. So that's why it gets beat out by 2 albums for me.
Oh, and
Doc, how about you? Oh,
I'm sorry, I fail at life because I don't know how I say this without probably my most listened to album of the year. I don't know how. Me and Bra talked about this album, so I don't know how I missed it. Was Mosaic by 311. I don't think there's an album I listened to more this year than Mosaic by 311. So I apologize for not putting them in there. So okay, Doc, your turn.
And Dan in the chat brought up Trivium. That's another amazing album that came out this year. I haven't listened to the whole thing all the way through, so I can't speak on it. But the songs that I've heard are really awesome. Sorry, Doc, music, go.
Mine, I don't know how many people liked it. It got mixed reviews from the critics and people alike, but it did go gold in 3 countries. Sadly, he passed away this year. So Linkin Park, their One More Night, definitely spoke to my heart. So,
yeah, it's a good album.
Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that.
And before we move to the next category, so I did say I talked to Chris Thompson today and got his album picks. His album of the year is Damn by Kendrick Lamar. That was his album of the year. So told him we would plug that.
Okay.
So go ahead, Doc.
Moving on to our last category within these, it's the movie. So definitely our movie of the year. There was a ton of movies. Sorry, I feel like I'm sitting in the other room all the way leaning back.
You're like just relaxing there.
What's up? No. So a lot of movies going on, but what I will say before we go into this category is that the movie industry is actually hurting a lot. If you folks didn't know, they're trying to figure out how to compete in a digital world right now. With movies launching in theaters in less than 60 days, they're already on the shelves in physical format. So I know when I go see a lot of movies with my wife because I enjoy the actual art of going to a theater, movie watching. So some people's experiences might be different. That's why my movie of the year is going to be a little bit different than a mainstream movie. So I'll explain that when it's my turn. But it's movie time. So what is your gentleman's movie of the year? So Alden, take it away.
I do want to point out, Doc, I would love to support the movie industry more, but I have 5 million children. And getting out is almost impossible. The only way for me to get out is to have Brennan and his wife, Mary, watch our kids. And the only way they get out is if we watch their kids. And when that happens, that's 900 children in one
Yeah.
house.
It
And
happens once a year.
I think it is actually 900 children, but it sounds like 9,000 children.
Yeah.
But my movie of the year, I'm going to give it to Spider-Man because I'm a huge, huge Spider-Man nerd. Spider-Man was so good, though. I haven't liked all of the Spider-Man movies. You know, the Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah.
I liked them for what they were at the time, but they're movies that didn't age well.
Mm-mm.
The third one sucked. I didn't like it when I saw it. But the first two, when they came out, it was kind of like, oh, there's Spider-Man on the screen. And then as years go by, you're like, I don't want to watch that. The Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies were really, really good.
It's criminally underrated, I swear.
For sure.
Those were so good.
Yeah. But I really like this new kid. I forget his name. You remember his name? The new Spider-Man
Oh my
kid.
God.
He's really good. And I like
Holland.
Tom Holland. I really like him being back to being just a kid.
Yeah, I agree.
And that was always my favorite time in the comics. Spider-Man as a kid, Spider-Man going through school, going through all the stuff that a teenager goes through. They did it really well. They borrowed the friend from Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, I'm getting nerdy, huh? It was a really good movie. Brandon, favorite movie, 2017. Go. Can't be a comic book movie because I already did a comic book movie.
Too bad. It's a comic movie. Real quick, honorable mention, I think for me, and I'm thinking for you lately, would be Lego Batman as a
Lego Batman.
That movie is
sure
fantastic. But my movie of the year is Logan, because I saw it in theaters with some buddies at PAX East this year, and it's very rare for me to watch a movie twice within a year. I don't really do that. There's so many movies to choose from. But no spoilers. So with all the shit, no spoilies. So with all the stuff that happens in Logan, I wanted my wife Mary to see it so bad. So I kept her in the dark about what happened. And then the day it came out on Blu-ray, or Doc, you'll like this 4K. We watched it that night in 4K because
PUBG.
PUBG 4K. I figured we had gone as long as we possibly could with her not knowing what happened in that movie. So the night it came out, we watched it again, and knowing what happened, it didn't move me any less. That movie was just brilliant. So Logan is mine.
To speak to that a little bit, Logan's a close second on mine. I'm a big comics nerd. I haven't been following a lot these days, but X-23 in the comics was one of my favorite stories in a long time, and that's Laura in Logan.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that she was going to be in Logan, I didn't want to watch Logan because I didn't think there was any way they'd do it well. They did it so well, and you care so much about that kid and what happens to her and that she's being taken care of. You completely lose sight of the fact that it's a Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
Like you end up caring so much more about this kid than you care about anybody else in the movie.
Just brilliant movie, start to finish.
So Doc, what's your artsy movie of the year?
So mine's more of a sidetrack. It was actually kind of a privately funded film that gained some ground. It's called Only the Brave. Probably some of you guys saw me tweet about it, but it's about a group of hotshot local firefighters that become hotshot firefighters. And it was this amazing team led by this guy that had tremendous knowledge of firefighting. And there was a massive fire in their area, and they got the call for it. And I cried multiple times in it. I'll just put it that way. It was deeply showed a lot of sacrifice and heart through him. But the head honcho guy, he had overcome addiction and became this great man, and he helped hire this young man that had a girlfriend that had a daughter that she'd left him and everything, but he was had alcohol and drug issues, and he gave him a chance. No one else in the community would, and so they fought this huge fire, and everyone perishes but that young kid. Yeah, and it was just him, and but it was just I remember watching the story on the news and everything, but it's just a super powerful film, very low budget, but it was it was just tremendous. So yeah. Sorry, I took the mood
That's
off.
okay.
No,
That's
I mean,
okay.
Yeah,
It moved you. That's
Yeah.
what wins movie of the year.
yeah, you made me want to watch it.
For to go back to Chris's movie of the year was Split, which was a fantastic.
Oh,
movie.
that was an amazing movie.
So that is. He actually said that might be one of his all-time favorite movies. He loved that movie so much. So
Yeah.
I love that. So we were gonna have him like kind of Skype in. But he wasn't able to, so he's just making sure we hit his picks here. So his was Split, which was a fantastic movie.
I do want to ask, based on something that was brought up in the chat, how many months after Logan the movie came out?
No,
was
it was
Logan the baby come out.
No, Logan the baby was already. I think he was already. He was already swimming around. Not in me in there. Oh fuck!
I got uncomfortable, and I wish I hadn't asked that question.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, PlayStation Bra.
Logan was already living in. Oh man, I'm done with this. All right, moving
What?
on. Game of the year.
Mary, turn this off quick. Savannah, don't come back in here.
Yeah. Whew.
All right, so let's wrap this up with our game of the year. So I will let Brandon go.
I don't really think anybody, Alden and I, can say it together at the same time here. Coffin Dodgers. It's again, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. I spoke at nauseum about that game. It just it grabbed me and it didn't let go. So surprise, it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I cheated when I did my PS4 game of the year and said it was Nier Automata because I knew that my game of the year was Horizon Zero Dawn. That game is my favorite game of all time. It just does so many things perfectly. It takes from a lot of games, but it takes well. Like it's like they kind of sat in the room and they said, well, we kind of do want something kind of Monster Hunter-y in there. And so these some of these superpowered robot dinosaurs feel a lot like a Monster Hunter fight. You have to strategically plan it out. You can't just run in and hit it a bunch of times and win. There's the climbing that you get in Uncharted. I mean, there's so many cool things about that game that they borrowed, I'd say, or at least were inspired by, and then did it one better. You know, the story is amazing. The world is amazing. The characters are amazing. Just all around, that game is perfect to me. And I get that there are people that don't like that it borrowed from this, that, or the other, but it's my favorite game of all time. So, Doc, your game of the year.
PUBG. No, just playing.
I have a PUBG story then to go with Bra's yoga pants story that I can't wait to tell, and Mary will hate me. Go ahead.
No.
Oh God. No, so my game of the year actually is Zelda. So I really enjoyed Zelda. Complete game. So that's it for me. Yeah, I think I've done enough.
Yeah. And Chris's game of the year was also Horizon Zero Dawn. So 3-1. So clearly it wins. So sorry, Doc. So Bra in the chat said those damn yoga pants, which is a joke that we have. But speaking of more PUBG and more Chris Thompson, the night we played PUBG till 4:30 in the morning, we were dropping down, and this was way before 4:30 in the morning. But we were parachuting in, and all of a sudden, I look back at the screen, and Chris is so far away from me on the map. And I said, Chris, I'm not even going to lie to you, dude. I'm not landing anywhere near you right now. And he's like, what's up, dude? Everything good? I'm like, yep. Mary's wearing yoga pants and just walked in front of me. And I'm not even going to lie. I just followed her. And it took me like 2 minutes to come back to the screen. So practically that entire PUBG match was me trying to run the length of the map to catch back up to Chris. So sorry, babe. But
if you guys listen to this week's #DadPod plug, you will hear us talk about how much of a creep Brandon is.
Also, not news to anybody who knows.
Yeah,
me,
he's such a creep, man.
I know. I mean, he's always asking for my nudes. So.
I know.
Well,
send them and I'll stop
give
asking.
them to him.
Yeah, this is true. You're feeding the drugs.
So, Doc, yoga pants of the year, go.
Yoga pants of the year.
Mine? No, just fine.
You keep losing that much weight at the gym. You will be rocking some yoga pants soon. I
true.
think. So, all right.
True.
Stay tuned for the Digital Hoarders calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Doc is January through December. We made this joke before, but we understand what the people want.
Yeah,
We get it. We
when
get it.
Doc's not on the show, we get a bunch of people that tune in right at the beginning, and then they're gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the downloads go way down. So
So-
I don't know what it is about us. People don't like us.
Next time with the episode with Chris, I'm just gonna wear a Doc mask.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Xbox is so cool. I'm Doc. And then nailed it. So then they won't leave.
That's good. I like it.
Nailed it.
On that note, let's wrap up because I know my wife is probably livid with me because
It's late.
Yoga pants. All right.
I got to do my poll real quick.
she's
Yeah, he does.
So for those of you who don't know, we do a poll every week because we digitally hoard and we collect 3 million games. We want you to help us pick our games and or movies and or whatever that we want to ingest. So I went through my backlog while we were talking today, and I picked Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale game. I think the final episode's finally out. I think. Firewatch, which I never played. And I was going to say Recore, but I know what happens when I say an Xbox game.
Yeah, it's true.
It just gets picked. So Recore will get played one day. It's not on my list. Ratchet and Clank, Crack in Time.
Oh, wow.
I never played that one. I love Ratchet and Clank, and I hear from so many people that that's the best one, and I never played it. I own it. I own it digitally and physically. So that's on my list. That's it. What do you pick?
Doc, what are you picking? PUBG.
Yeah. It's gotta be PUBG. Actually, I don't think I should have a voice, to be honest, because I won't be here. So
I wasn't paying attention.
Always you go there. No. You should ask Chris, and he'll give his opinion on it, and then you guys can post it on there, and he'll be breaking.
Plus, you have 2 weeks to do this one. So
Yeah,
I got 2 weeks. Should have picked longer games.
You picked 3 relative. Well, maybe right. For those, Firewatch. I loved Firewatch. Firewatch did something. This isn't really going to speak to a reason as to play said game, but I got 97% of the way done, and it ate my save. And I was so enthralled by what was going on in that game, I immediately played it again because I didn't care. I was like, I don't care.
I hope they patched it.
Apparently, so the bug I had happened, but it wasn't a super common bug. Now we're talking very beginning of the year I played that. So January, I think I played that because I got to meet the guy at PAX. I can't think of his name, Sean something. Anyway, really nice guy. They're working on that new the new Campos Santos game. But anyway, that game I enjoyed so much that even after it ate my save and I'd already it's only about a 3-hour game. So I put the 3 hours in, ate it, and I said, nah, I'm doing it, and literally just went right back to the beginning, started, played it through again. So I really enjoyed Firewatch.
Well, we're going to post a poll on Twitter. Go online, vote for it. Tell me what to play over the course of the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Take us home, Doc.
All right. I'm just going to say for my closing bit is that I want to wish everyone a happy holiday, no matter, what you celebrate or anything. From our family to yours, have a wonderful and safe holiday and happy new year. I just thank you guys for listening and always showing your support. And from the bottom of my heart to you guys, much love. Oh, that's my piece.
And we said before we have to make him go last. Because I can't say anything as sweet and elegant as that.
Now?
PUBG.
That's why everybody loves him.
PUBG.
Yeah. So you got anything to add? PUBG. Brandon says PUBG. If you can hear, and my head's gonna explode.
Just echo exactly Doc's sentiments. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of them. That's why people just say holidays so they don't skip over them. But I didn't do that. So happy holidays.
Yep. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy New Year. 2016. 2017.
We're going back a year.
Yeah. 2017 was kind of garbage in a lot of ways, except for games.
Except for gaming. Yeah,
games were amazing. But the rest of life was garbage in 2017. So let's hope and pray for a better 2018.
Can't be
hard. Let's hope people learn how to love each other. Because, it's been a negative year.
And when you want to get angry, just play PUBG.
Yeah.
and shoot people.
We can disagree with each other and still love each other. Goodness gracious. Please love each other and have a happy new year. Doc, we're going to miss you in the next episode. Enjoy your time on a boat. And
I was waiting for a Lonely
Yeah.
Island reference from somewhere. So yeah, no Doc in 2 weeks. We'll miss him, but as we said earlier, Chris Thompson will be here. We'll talk to him about how he's feeling, what he's been playing, PUBG, and all that fun stuff. So I can't wait.
Thank you guys for joining us in the chat. Thank you for those of us who were able to find the show. Next time we'll do a whole lot better, letting you know where it is.
Our bad.
Thank you guys for joining us, and have a great week.